I just got a haircut. I didn't mean for it to look like a military cut. Just don't pick on me for it, cause I already know it's short, so you don't need to tell me again. It seems like lately everything has had some sort of subscription service attached to it. Do you want the ability to edit and send longer tweets? That'll be $7 a month. Want to play games on the console you already paid $500 for? That'll be $10 a month. Want to pay for a Marques Brownlee's wallpaper app even though you can already get wallpapers for free off the internet? That'll be $12 a month. But how did we even get to this point? Why is every single thing turning into a subscription service? I assume that for subscription services and utilities before the internet, you just wrote a check and mailed it off, which isn't that hard, but it still takes some effort to do. Now, after the internet, the barrier to entry has been dropped to the floor because you can just have your card information auto-populate into a website, and when it's time to pay, they just take the money out of your account, which means after the initial setup, you don't have to lift a finger. All the work is done for you. You don't really have to think about paying for these services because you aren't physically doing it every month, and you usually forget that you're paying for them until one day you check your bank account and you see that you've been charged again for Peacock, and you say, oh, I forgot I was paying for that, and you make a mental note to cancel it, but you never do. Speaking of subscription services, let's get streaming services out of the way. Is that really the segue I chose? I don't want to beat a dead horse here. Everyone knows that streaming services suck. There are way too many of them, they're stupidly expensive, and most of them have ads even though the original appeal of streaming services in the first place was that they were ad-free. Because there are so many, most of these sites only have one or two shows that you would actually want to watch, and they're constantly juggling around the rights to different movies and TV shows that trying to find which streaming service has the thing that you want to watch is the biggest pain in the ass. Every time I want to watch a movie, I'll look up what platform it's on, and I'll go to that platform and it won't be there because it was removed the day earlier. But Google didn't tell me that, so now I have to go to a different streaming service which probably won't have it either. And if it is there, it's probably only available through a separate streaming service embedded inside the one I'm already using. And I'm doing all of this on a TV remote, which takes 25 times longer to do anything. And God forbid you hit the wrong key and you have to backspace because that's gonna take forever too. All of this is just so stupid because the original appeal of streaming services was that they were more affordable and more accessible than cable, but that's just not really the case anymore. Hulu with live TV is $75 alone. And if you get another streaming service on top of it, which you probably will because Hulu doesn't have the most extensive catalog, then you'll be spending around the same amount if you just had cable. And on top of that, they're constantly raising the prices of all these streaming services, so your bad experience is just getting more and more expensive. I can't say that streaming services are all bad though. I mean, they make sense. I'm not gonna buy the entire library of Netflix, so paying for a subscription is easier and cheaper. Same thing with the gym. I don't have the money to buy all this equipment outright, so it's more affordable for me to buy a gym membership. Plus, I get all the perks of being in a gym environment. I think it's insane how difficult it is to cancel your gym membership. They make it nearly impossible. Very few gyms let you cancel your membership online. For example, Planet Fitness makes you either go into the gym physically or mail a letter to them, which is probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. That's probably why there are so many people who pay for the gym but aren't even using it because they make it impossible to cancel your membership. And this just seems a little messed up. I mean, it is possible to cancel your membership, but the amount of hoops that they throw you through to try to get you to just give up and keep paying feels like it should be illegal. This kind of reminds me of what just happened to me the other night. Me and my friends wanted to get ice cream, so we went to the dining hall and they were out of ice cream. So then we went to Wendy's and they only had chocolate ice cream, so then we went to Taco Bell to get their Baja Blast ice cream. When we pulled up, the lady at the intercom said we needed to do an online order to get the ice cream, which I know I just said that mailing a letter to cancel your gym membership was the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, but making me do an online order to get ice cream at a fast food drive-thru is definitely the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. At this point, we were determined to get the ice cream, so we pulled around, downloaded the Taco Bell app, made an account, which took forever, placed the online order, went back through the line, and this is what we got. Keep in mind, this was $13. For this isn't even ice cream. This just made me so mad, and I wasn't even the one paying for it, but like, how are you gonna make someone do an online order for a drive-thru? Anyways, back to the video. You know what's even more stupid than mailing a letter to cancel a gym membership? The PlayStation Pro. That's right, we're talking about gaming subscriptions. You have to have a subscription to play most of the games on the Xbox and PlayStation and Switch, which is just crazy. I've already spent $500 on the console, and $700 if you get the PlayStation Pro, which is still the worst deal ever by the way, but now you want me to spend $80 a year just to use the console? I already have to pay for the games, why do I need to pay to play the games? I understand that it costs money to run these services for voice chat and messaging, but I also understand that it's not that expensive to be charging me $10 a month for it. To make it worse, you used to be able to buy like a full year of Xbox Live for a discount, which is now called Xbox Game Pass Core, which is a really bad name change, but now you can only pay for 3 months at a time. If you don't like that and you want to cancel your Xbox Game Pass Core membership, you're in for it. If you've ever had to use the Microsoft website, you know what I'm talking about. I honestly don't think they could have made it more difficult to navigate. It's not only Microsoft though, PlayStation has its problems too. My brother and I have had a Minecraft realm for almost 4 years now, and over the summer we realized that we were being charged for 2 realm subscriptions on the same realm for almost 8 months. But it was really difficult to cancel that, because to cancel an in-game subscription on the PlayStation, you have to go to settings, go to users and accounts, select your account, go to payment and subscriptions, click game and app services, find the game, click the subscription, and then turn off auto-renew. And turning off auto-renew is this difficult for a reason. They don't want you to cancel it, so they do everything in their power to make it the biggest pain in the ass to cancel it. We were able to cancel the second subscription, which we never got a refund on, but then we wanted to change the first subscription, which led to this whole disaster. You see, Minecraft has 2 realm options. Realms, which is a 3-player realm for $3.99 a month, or Realms Plus, which is an 11-player realm for $7.99 a month. You can upgrade a Realms subscription to a Realms Plus subscription, but you aren't able to downsize Realms Plus to Realms, because why would you be able to? Why would a company care about their customers? I figured out that I needed to download a copy of my realm and then start a new Realm subscription with the copy, but that wasn't easy either. I'm not going to go into all the details, but downloading Realms has been a reoccurring problem for us for years. None of our consoles would ever let us download a copy of our realm because it would just crash every time we tried. So I ended up figuring out that I needed to download and start a new subscription on my phone. And I ended up getting the new subscription on my phone and we're able to play on our consoles, but it was all this hassle just to be able to downsize my realm to the $3.99 version, which we should have been able to do from the get-go. If you have Realms Plus and you want to downsize it, you're basically screwed unless if you spend multiple days troubleshooting like I did. And it took me so long because there aren't any tutorials for this problem, which I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that it was so difficult to solve this problem that nobody has bothered to do it. The second most difficult thing to navigate are news articles. I really need to work on my transitions. Have you tried to read a news article lately? They shove in a million ads and pop-ups in your face, and it's just the most miserable experience ever. An ad blocker fixes this, except for the sites that force you to turn off your ad blocker. But now every time I click on one of these stupid articles, they're always trying to get me to sign up for their newsletter subscription just to view it. How about you make it free? I'm not going to pay for 50 different news sites that I need to access once a year. And I already hear the comment that's saying,
well, if you didn't use an ad blocker, then they wouldn't need to rely on subscription services.
Too bad! I don't want to see 50,000 ads and I don't want to pay for your article. I understand that writers aren't paid shit and they need to get paid more, but I'm not going to be the one to pay them. And this is where I'm cutting myself off. I've recorded this video before, and I spent the rest of the video ranting about more stupid subscription services, but it just felt kind of redundant. You understand that there's a ton of subscription services, and that most of them suck. I don't need to rant about them for another 10-20 minutes just to stretch the video length out. Instead, I'm just gonna rapid fire through the next couple of services. Social media subscriptions are so stupid, you're just paying for features that should have already been built into the app for free. Tesla's autopilot subscription is overpriced, and you have to pay individual subscriptions if you own more than one Tesla, which I don't know why you would anyways. God, I don't like Elon Musk at all. I mean, just look at the videos of him like jumping around. It just makes me so angry and I don't know why. BMW tried to sell a subscription for heated seats. I'll just leave that there. Adobe software is extremely overpriced and you can't buy it outright. So if you want to use Illustrator or Premiere or Photoshop, You just have to pay $660 a year or you're not able to use them. AI subscriptions are probably the stupidest subscription service because why should I be paying you if the computer is doing all of the work? The whole problem with subscription services is so bad that people have made a subscription service marketed towards canceling other subscription services. Yes, Rocket Money, I'm talking about you. I know the app is just like another financial management app, and I haven't used it to say if it's good or not, but like, come on. This is the point we're at now. We're able to make a business based on canceling other subscription services. Every single thing around us is becoming a subscription service, and it's pretty clear why. They make so much money. The whole subscription model is just based off your negligence. They make it super easy to sign up for them, but really hard to cancel them. So a lot of people just end up procrastinating their cancellations, and these companies make more and more money. But when are these companies going to realize that we don't just have infinite money to shell out? Why do we have to be charged for every single thing that we do? Can we just allow things to be publicly accessed without milking every last penny out of us? The internet is a massive library that is slowly becoming less and less accessible. I'm in college right now, and there's a million times that I needed to fact check a problem, and the best place to do that was Quizlet. But now it's paywalled, so I can't use that as a resource. And this just really sucks. Putting a paywall on knowledge seems super unfair, especially for people who can't afford it. I mean, the whole argument about how great the internet is that all of the world's knowledge is right at your fingertips. But now the freedom to freely access that knowledge is slowly being taken away from us. There are options for people who don't have the money to spend on 1,000 subscription services, but these versions are so bad that you're better off just not using the service in the first place. Take Spotify for example. You can use Spotify for free, but there's about 100 drawbacks. You get bombarded with ads, you can only skip 6 tracks per hour, your playlists and albums are forced into shuffle mode, which is a crime against albums, you can't customize your playlists, and you can't even listen to music offline. There's so many other things I didn't say, but you get the point. If you want to use Spotify, you have to pay for it because the free version is absolute hell to use. This is the freemium model that a lot of companies use, and it's especially prevalent in mobile gaming. This is also the model that Marquez used in his wallpaper app. It's not like there's ever going to be a stop to this either. What these companies are doing isn't illegal, it's just really scummy. The only way this subscription model epidemic is going to end is if we all stop subscribing, but that's not really an option because subscription services are really the only choice we have. They have us right under their thumbs. There is one good subscription service, which I've been saving to the end of this video, which is actually subscribing to my channel. Haha, you see what I've done there? Okay, I'll just shut up now.